Greetings, ladies, gentlemen, friends and family. You've come from all over, and I just wanted to take a moment to first acknowledge everyone who's here, who's made the effort to actually come here, take the time out of their entire schedule, and fly many, many miles, some of you, and please give yourselves a round of applause, because without you guys, this would not be nothing. So I'm Harish and I'm honored to be one of Piman's best men. I said best men because Piman can never just pick just one. For those of you that don't know, and I'm pretty sure I seem fairly normal, innocuous, but the rest of you that know me well, come on, you're shaking in your boots. Am I right? Yeah, I'm glad you got that out there. So all joking aside, today we are here to celebrate the man of the hour. He's a smart, thoughtful, generous, and more creative an individual than he ever gives himself credit for. Many of you don't know this, but he is the inventor of PST. What is PST, you ask? It's Piman Standard Time. Automatically adds 2 hours to any activity on Indian Standard Time. He's a man devoted to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Actually, all penguins of any kind. He, if you ever ask him, he won't ever admit that he has an undergraduate degree. No, Piman went straight from high school to his MBA at Boston University. Piman actually was an engineer. And he did this because he figured out very quickly that he was very good at being logical. His love for computers and his understanding of new technology fed his need to buy every gadget at Best Buy and satisfied his nerd appetite. The rest, as we say, is history. Speaking of nerds, Piman is probably the only person who owns the completely uncut Peter Jackson copies of the Lord of the Rings series. For those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, basically it's like watching 12 hours of hobbits, climbing small hills and eating dried bread. I'm not really making any of this up. In spite of everything that I've just said, Piman finds a way to always be the best dressed, and the best groomed, and possibly the best mannered gentleman in any room. And he's the only man that I know who routinely gives women a beauty complex. Now I know I said all joking aside, but really, I couldn't help myself. But all joking aside, seriously, I'm being serious now. After meeting Piman on day one of my college orientation, Piman went from being an acquaintance, to a friend, to a confidant, with surprising ease. I arrived in the US with barely any connections, and little family to speak of. Piman, and more specifically, the Raja family, Sajad uncle, Rehan auntie, and Saima didi, welcomed me into their home as though I was some long-lost cousin. Despite being so far away from home, I was never allowed to feel alone. Aliza, this is the family that I'm so happy to see you become a part of. Having spent the better part of 12 years watching Piman drop everything to help his friends in need, or to answer his phone at 3 a.m. because somebody needed an ear, I'm delighted that he has finally met someone to share his load, to put a smile on his face, and make all his years of selflessness worth it. They say that the choices we make reveal the true nature of our character. The choices we make reveal the true nature of our character. A quote that resonates with my view of Piman, the man, who despite living in a world riddled with bad decisions, poor choices, has always found a way to stay true to his core, connected to those values. Come on, I know you know I tend to take comfort in humor, and because sometimes emotions are harder to express because they just are. But I hope you know, and you always know that to me, you are a brother through and through, and you will always hold a special place in my heart. I love you, brother.